and
Okay.
we're gonna make
All
a
right.
show. We're gonna do one. We're gonna do one for the Gipper here.
All right, and then it's off to the races, and then it's how's your father and
Mm-hmm.
the old undercarriage. I don't know any of this stuff.
I don't either. But I like it. I like it a lot. All right, here goes then. Starts in 3. Oh, let's zoom that in. That needs to be
Starts
there.
in 3.
Starts in 3. Starts in 3, 2, 1.
But you must destroy the magic sphere and free the Elf Lord, or all will be lost.
Another jolt like that could be our last.
Come on and stream. 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 Come on and stream.
The morning stream. Woof, 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 woof.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to The Morning Stream. That's TMS for short. It's Wednesday, June 17th, 2020. I'm Scott Johnson. He's Brian Emmitt. Good morning.
Oh, that's what it stands for. The morning stream.
Not that medical condition everyone talks about.
Oh, yeah. If you have TMS, if your TMS lasts for more than 4 hours, consult a physician.
There's also a thing, let's see, a non-invasive form of brain stimulation called transcranial magnetic stimulation, also known as TMS.
You think that would be TCMS, right?
You'd think so.
Transcranial?
Well, it's a one. They have it as one
I know
word.
I know it's one word, but it's like sometimes they do that where it's like, well, even though it's one word, that's a pretty prominent second half of that word.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna include it in the abbreviation.
Yeah, and it's too bad because when I came up with the name, if you search for The Morning Stream on Google, you get us right away, no problem. Here we are.
Sure.
If you search for TMS in a search engine, you get transcranial magnetic stimulation. You get the other one, the Minerals Society, the Money Source. Yeah, there's something called the Money Source. Whole bunch of things that aren't us, and it's really annoying to me.
We are definitely not the money source.
No, we are not the money source. TMS software, the Match Special, whatever the hell that is.
It sounds like that's isn't the Match Special the soccer podcast or soccer radio show that we were getting questions for every once in a while?
Oh, that might be it actually. Yeah, good point.
Yeah,
because there's
I'm betting on hey, UK listeners, I'm betting on Manchester City this afternoon against Arsenal.
Arsenal, always Arsenal. Go with Arsenal. Arsenal. Arsenal.
Because I had free bets from BetMGM. BetMGM hit me up and they said, "Hey, if you come bet on stuff, then we'll refund any money you lose on your first bet." I'm like, oh, really? Okay,
that's
then
interesting.
Let's just make a bet. There's nothing to lose.
Yeah, no, why not? Hey, I have a kind of a lame horror story to tell you here. Check this out.
Okay.
So, I normally have this green chair I sit in for the show.
Yeah,
You've seen it before.
Yeah.
It looks a little yellow on the stream, but anyway, I had that yesterday, and I leaned back a little bit, and suddenly it felt something go crack, and it broke. It broke. It's busted. It's broken.
Oh no!
Broken dumb chair.
And you've been talking about needing to replace it for a while anyway. We were talking about this on the show last week that
yeah, it's just
you
kind
need
of
a new
poopy.
little gaming chair, show chair.
Yeah, it's a poopy chair, and I need a new chair. And now it's proven that I did because it broke and it sucks. So there it sits over there in shambles, and now I'm back on the old Herman Miller I've had for 8 years or whatever. And I had to raise the desk because the Herman Miller's tall, so the desk is up higher. No problem.
Gotta sit on Herman Miller. Okay, I get it.
Here's the problem. Everyone does. Here's the problem. Herman Miller. Sorry, not Herman Miller. My camera, which is relatively new. I upgraded this Sony A7 thing that I use for the show. And recently just did that. So it's over there. But the problem is it's not attached to the desk. So in stream and record mode, it's always the perfect height. But when I raise the desk to do other stuff, obviously not. My eyes just peek over this monitor and it barely sees it. So I'm like, oh shoot, we got to fix that. Let me adjust everything and let's either raise the tripod that it's on or get a tripod that's taller. And I'm going through all these ramifications. And at one point, I just kind of haphazardly and mindlessly grabbed the camera and yanked it forgetting that it is connected to this
It's
HDMI
attached.
cable.
Yeah.
And the HDMI cable is a fat HDMI on one end, sturdy, no problem. That goes into the cam link, which goes into my computer. But on the other end is this little itty bitty USB micro style looking. I guess it's just called HDMI Mini or Mini HDMI or Micro HDMI. I don't know, but it's a HDMI connector used for cameras like this. And it's as flimsy as the USB micro stuff or mini stuff, and it just snapped or bent. And once they bend, there's no contact anymore.
There's no unbending it. Yeah, you're not rejoining. I mean, without a soldering iron, you're not rejoining the metal.
So it's, yeah, stupidly dainty, right? Just so dumb. USB-C is the best, and I can't wait till everything moves to it because this stuff sucks.
You know, best thing about USB-C, you can put it into a you can plug the cable into something and not have to look at it to make sure you're doing it right side up or upside down.
Yep.
I know it's, you'd think it would be 50% of the time you'd get it right. No, it's like 90% of the time you get it wrong.
Yeah. And so in this thing,
USB.
So with this thing, it's 100% of the time works. It is sturdy and small. So they got small and sturdy at the same time. That should be the connector I'm dealing with. But no, it's this little flimsy freaking blow on it too hard and it's going to break piece of garbage. So I can't use my camera. Right now I'm on an old webcam, which is fine. But I had to order another cable because nobody locally carries those cables because of the larger issue that Amazon now covers everything. So they've ruined it so that any place that should carry these, they don't stock them. Why would they? Why would they?
Oh no, we're finally realizing why the death of brick and mortar stores is
finally it's hit home. Finally, everybody, it's finally hit home. But
okay,
anyway.
So back to your chair thing. You haven't bought a new chair yet or ordered one, right?
No, I'll probably end up just stick with this.
I have a recommendation.
Okay,
and this is a chair that I've got and that I love.
All right, what do you got?
You see it over there in my. I'll bring it over.
Oh, it's that gray thing you sit in. Oh yeah.
It's a chair. Yeah. Gray thing that I sit in.
Also known as a chair.
That's right. That is the Marcus from IKEA. It is the most comfortable office chair. Leninade already. Not that IKEA thing. It is the most comfortable office chair I've ever had. And I've had some gaming chairs. I've had some other chairs. This thing's great.
Oh, there it is. There's a nice Swedish lady pushing it around. Okay, she's gonna sit.
Yeah, it's funny, like the little video that they show how to sit in a chair.
Oh wow, look at this.
Turn that little knob and it reclines and it.
So what I like about it, I think, is you get that tall backrest.
Yes, yeah, that is the that's the best part of it is the tall. It's made for tall people like us, Scott.
And the mesh bit is
keeps you cool.
It's cool, yeah, right. Get a little airy in there.
And you've got an IKEA right there by you.
Yeah, I do. Just down the road. Not far at all. All right, maybe I'll look at this. How much are these?
Yeah.
Let's see. Ooh, $229.
$199.
Oh,
yeah,
it says $299 or $229 on the site, but maybe they're cheaper in the place. Maybe they're cheaper at the store. I don't know. Are they the same price online as they are? Oh no, I take that back. If you get it without the armrests, it's $199.
Oh really?
Yeah.
No, that's kooky. I like the armrests. It's worth it.
Well,
armrests are good.
These both look like they have armrests. One just has loops. Are yours loops?
Mine are loops.
Okay,
yeah.
so they call that without armrests, and then they have a version with armrests that are more like, they're not loops, they're like little L's, L-shaped armrests. But I don't understand what the difference would be. Maybe they're adjustable.
Why would you want
And also they say, oh, that's a different chair. That's the Jarval Jarjfishna.
Leninade says the Marcus has that pleather cush seat that bakes in summer temps. Basement temps probably make it tolerable. No, mine's not pleather. It's fabric.
Oh, you have fabric?
Yeah, it's like canvas. It's great.
All right. I'm looking at this. I'll check it out.
Yeah. Maybe that's the difference. Maybe there's the more expensive one is the leather one that Leninade is not a fan of. But,
do you feel like that high back makes you look like you're some kind of throne king man or something like that? Like you're just sitting in a giant chair?
I feel like I'm a throne king man. Yes. Yeah, that's the whole problem with that one is that I'm a throne king man.
Oh man, I have no language today. My linguistics are broken today. I can't speak
no, I don't
in
feel like.
state.
I know what you're saying. Like, do you feel like you're? Hello, everyone. Where's my loyal subjects?
Yeah.
No, I mean it's it's just it's comfortable. It's got really good back support, and totally dig it.
All right, I'm going to consider it now that you said it. Here's
By the
something
way, no less than 5 people submitted a title, Throne King Man.
Of course. How could they not?
Yes.
All right. Good news for everyone
Yes.
who's trying to wear a mask out in public in your Costco run. They make you do it, that
So
sort of
excited
thing.
about this. Yeah.
These are now up and available and on the store. If you go to frogpants.com/store, there are 2 mask designs. We all know what the right thing to do here is, everybody. We made an alternative. We made an alternate just so it's there.
Just so people can have that other option. But come on, we all know.
We know what
We
you
all
want.
know which one you need.
Yeah. So there are 2 of them. One is the Emmitt Facemask. Here, I'll put this up so people can see it on my screen as well.
You know what? And we were talking about, I was like, it's too bad we just have that little amount of space
Yeah.
to fit in. You know what? I'm all right with that, because
Yeah.
I think it's actually kind of funny that it looks like I'm going through a little square hole.
Yeah, and I like that it's a little off center because that's just makes it funnier.
At
Anyway,
a jaunty angle.
these are black masks with Brian's Emmitt bomb face. For those familiar with that, it goes all the way back to 2011, I want to say, before we started the show, maybe even, or maybe the year we were doing it. I don't remember. Maybe it was earlier than that, but it's up and available. That one is there. Also, hold on, I gotta go back here. The other one is this TMS one, which is what you think it is, except it's got TMS written upside down and right side up in the same spot to kind of cover your mouth. Great way to rep the show and to stay safe while you're out there. These are available now and going quick. So if you want one, you got to get in there and get those, especially the Emmitt one. I have a feeling that's going to go fast. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to get mine. The thing about that TMS one as well, what's great about that is, especially even with my Bane mask, I've got a Bane mask that I keep in the car that I wear all the time.
Yeah.
I forget what his orientation of his little metal pipes are.
Oh.
His little metal tubes, because like, do I have this right side up, upside down? I'm just afraid I'm going to get called out by some guy saying, "Do you even nerd, bro? You totally get your Bane mask upside down."
Yeah, it's easy to do. I totally get it. You got but this one will be easy because the orientation of the mouth and the nose, it's obvious which way to go.
With the Emmitt mask, it's perfect, and with the TMS mask, kind of doesn't matter, right? I mean, it can go either way now.
Yeah. So here's the description: release your inner Brian Emmitt with a cotton knit face mask, 3-ply, 100% cotton jersey face mask, covers the wearer's nose and mouth, elastic stretch bands for ear loops, holds it comfortably in place. It's 3-ply, 100% cotton jersey. Fabric touching skin. Let's see, 100% cotton. Mask contains silver and copper. Ooh.
Oh, great. Excellent.
That's cool. 3 evenly spaced pleats on each side. Machine washable. What else could you ask for? In these uncertain times, be certain about the mask you're going to wear.
Right.
Brian
You want
Emmitt's
pleats,
mask.
people. Pleats.
Frogpants.com/store. Go check it out. All right, we got a question from Tanner Goodman, good friend of the show.
Yeah.
By the way, grats to Tanner. He had to do it kind of emergency-like, but he got married last week.
He did, and I need to get an update on Tanner because he and Alex had to run to the hospital yesterday.
Yeah, Alex has been dealing with some stuff, and
Yeah.
I hope he's okay. It sounds like I talked to Tanner about it a bunch, and it sounds like a lot like some of the gut issues I used to have. And so hopefully they get with the doctor and maybe can look at it from a different angle, because I think he may be in the same boat. But anyway, hope he's okay today. But Tanner had a moment to send a quick message in. He says, "Howdy, friends. Other than Animal Crossing, what is your favorite game right now? Also, what are you most looking forward to?" This is a loaded question for me, because if you asked me this last week, I would have said my big game outside of Animal Crossing is Deep Rock Galactic, which is this amazing co-op game I've been playing, and it still is. But also this week, a couple of things happened. This game called Griftlands by Clay Entertainment came out on Steam finally. It was on Epic for a while, and it was only in alpha over there, so I never really messed with it. Now it's in full early access and looking toward release, but it's pretty polished and done, and it's freaking amazing. Then I also played Old World this week, which is this amazing Civilization-like game that I talked to you about briefly. That's a little bit like, it's a lot like Civ, but it has this really interesting twist about, you know how in Civ if you pick George Washington, he's your leader for 1,000 years. It's dumb, right? It's kind of dumb.
Sure. Okay.
It doesn't make sense, is what I'm saying.
I don't know because I haven't played Civ 6 yet.
Right.
It is unwrapped, but it's sitting on my desk waiting for me to finish Coverville before I can pop it into the Switch.
Fair enough. Well, and in that particular one, it's you're going to be playing. If you pick America, you'll be playing Teddy Roosevelt. The last one, I guess, was Washington. But anyway,
oh, really? Okay.
But you pick a leader, and they're your leader for the entire game for thousands of years of growth of your empire. That's fine, and it's a conceit that you just sort of deal with, and that's the way Civ's always been. But these former Civ developers said, hey, what if we made a game that was a lot like Civ, except you start with a ruler, that ruler gets older, that ruler dies. Sometimes that ruler goes crazy before he dies. Sometimes that ruler gets assassinated.
Oh, really?
Your son, and you have offspring during the process of the game, your son might take over. Or if you only had daughters, maybe you break with tradition with your particular civilization, and for the first time ever, you have a female queen or leader, and now you're playing her. Like, they have this succession sort of inter-family stuff.
And what's this called?
It's called Old World, and it's in early access over on the Epic Store. I picked it up and was blown away. It is so good. It is so good. So that's another thing. And then yesterday, Desperados 3 came out, which is this, set in the Old West, train robberies and, all that. But it's like this cool, if anyone remembers the Commandos games from the 90s, it's like a modern take on that style of game. That's also amazing. I streamed a bunch yesterday. You can see the VOD on Twitch. So asking me right now what my favorite alternative game is right now besides Animal Crossing is a hard answer. Let's just say there's a bunch of them, and I'm stoked about all of them. Brian, are you touching anything besides? I mean, you got your Pokemon Go. Do you got anything
I don't
else
have time to touch anything else,
Yeah.
Scott. It's
Yeah.
No. I've got Animal Crossing, and then just a ton of freelance and work and stuff right now that is keeping me from playing anything else. I've got, like I said, I've got Civ 6 that I want to get to. He also asked you, what are you most looking forward to? And Okie, let's see, what is it? Okie Dokie Loki in the chat room is pretty dang close. There is a new Pokemon Snap coming to Switch. There's also something called Pokemon Cafe Mix, which is like a new match 3-ish kind of thing. It looks a lot like the Disney Sum games and the Marvel Sum games.
These are just announced today, right?
Just announced 2 hours ago, or an hour and a half ago, along with the brand new Sword and Shield DLC, which I might pick up. I think I might have finished Pokemon Shield as much as I want to, as far as I want to go. But they did announce new Pokemon Snap. They announced a new game for mobile that helps your kids brush their teeth by making them get Pikachus when they brush their teeth or something. I don't know.
That sounds. Oh yeah, it's
Pokemon
like
Smile. Yeah,
that's some phone thing, right?
That's a phone thing, and Pokemon Cafe Mix. That's a name.
Yeah, it's a bad name.
Cafe Mix.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Pokemon Cafe Mix is from New International Coffees or General Foods International Coffees.
This leads
Cafe Mix.
This leads me to believe that Nintendo and the Pokemon Company make a lot of money together.
Yeah,
so
they know where their bread's buttered.
Yeah, they're gonna keep doing that.
It's buttered with a butterfreeze. How their bread is buttered.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so that's cool. I'm looking forward to Cyberpunk in the fall, and I'm looking forward to what was the other one that was big on my list? Actually, that might be it. My big games this year that I was looking forward to were Desperados 3 and that one's out now. So I guess it's just Cyberpunk 2077, which I'm very looking forward to. I hope it's amazing. It's been a long wait to get that thing. Been in the works for many years since before The Witcher 3 was released by the same company. They were working on it already. So we got a lot of anticipation in the Johnson brain for Cyberpunk 2077. Cool. All right, Tanner, thanks.
That does look good.
We got a cat follow-up here.
Oh, okay. There's a cat following up?
Actually, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this at the end of the show because that's a better place for that.
Oh, I bet there's a spider because she is acting like she's...
She go after spiders? Is that a thing?
She does, yeah. So.
All right.
I don't think you can see her. I don't think the camera's low enough that you can see her, but...
That's great. Someone's got to get those spiders. Ain't gonna be me.
It is great, but here's what she does. She whacks at it. She always misses, and the thing goes running around until it finally goes somewhere where we can't get to it. So it's like, great, you've alerted us to the fact that there's now a spider in this room that is out of reach, and now we can't do anything about it.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't you see there's a wolf spider the other day crawled on your foot, right?
That's all we get, or that's all we really get here are wolf spiders.
Okay. Do you get dandy long legs? You get those, right?
Oh, we do get dandy long legs. Yes.
Yeah. Are they called dandy long legs? What are they called?
No, they're daddy long legs.
Oh, I thought they were dandy long legs.
No, now you're looking it up because you don't believe me that they're daddy long legs.
Well, a whole bunch of other people search for it my way too. This is weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, a whole bunch of other people are wrong.
Let's find out.
It's
called a Folcidae. They have let's see. Hold on. Commonly known as cellar spider daddy long legs.
Yes.
They're not dandy.
No, they're not dandy long legs. I'd be so ashamed of myself if I were a spider named Dandy Long Legs.
Yeah, old dandy long legs coming
Hi,
into town.
everybody. I'm Dandy Long Legs.
I was sure of that. Why have I had that wrong my whole life?
I don't know.
All right, what do you call the roly-poly bugs? What do you call those?
Pill bugs or roly-polies.
Okay, here we call them potato bugs. And I don't know why.
I thought, okay, those are potato bugs. I, for some reason, thought the potato bugs were the little yellow and brown.
They probably are. I think we've got it wrong here, is what I'm saying. I think somebody once sent me a picture and
Did
said,
somebody name them that because when they roll up into a ball, they look like potatoes?
I don't know. My whole life, though, they are potato, says Lesarge. Okay. Because I've had other people say those aren't potato bugs.
He says they're potato shaped, is what he said.
Oh, is that why? All right.
Yeah.
Potato bugs. All right, let's just see.
That's not. Yeah, potato bugs in Google don't look like the Colorado potato beetle is exactly what I thought. The little yellow and brown back.
Oh yeah,
right.
Potato beetle. Yeah, that's what you're saying. And it's also referred to as the Jerusalem cricket. That's cool.
Well, no, that's a separate bug.
Oh, is that a different bug?
That's a cricket with with black and
weird.
yellow stripes on its abdomen.
Okay. Well, that thing, according to Wikipedia, is a potato bug also, though. Or some people call it a potato bug. See, this is the problem.
Some people call it a potato bug. I call it a sling bug.
Sling bug. Let's hear what he sounds like. Check this out. This is the song of the Jerusalem cricket. Oh. Really?
Oh, it's nice of him to knock. Really? That's him?
Yeah.
There's a bug that knocks like that?
It says Jerusalem.
I am the bug who knocks.
The Jerusalem cricket song features a characteristic drumming sound. Oh, I don't like it. I would kill that as soon as I saw it. Forget it, dude. No chance in hell I'm hanging around that thing. Hey, Brian Dunaway, you here?
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Hi, sorry. You sat there and had to...
That, I think the cat must have gotten that spider because I don't see it over there.
Did he eat it?
She? I don't think
she,
so.
I mean, not he.
She might have. Yeah. She
right.
certainly didn't smash it. I'm all caught up in my cable.
Oh,
all right.
All right.
Hi, Brian Dunaway.
Hi, Brian Dunaway. Yay! It's Brian Dunaway, everybody. He's here to play Babble Royale with you, the listeners, where you guys try to win prizes and we try to stump each other on a hard topic from Brian Emmitt. Good morning, Brian. It's good to see you here. How are you?
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Oh, hey, man. It's nice to hear your voice.
It's nice to hear your voice, too.
Oh,
yes.
So describe to me that spider that has a little tiny circular body, little spherical body, and then 8 really, really long spindly legs.
Oh.
Those are just what you mean? What do you mean? Describe it? You said?
Yeah.
Oh, what's its name? What do you call it?
What do I call a spider that has a large body and long? And and long spindly legs.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess a lot of spiders do have long spindly legs. So I guess we're going for. Do you say daddy long legs or dandy long legs?
Oh, well, I would say daddy long legs.
Damn
not
it!
Moron.
Damn it! Ah.
Who would say dandy? Who would even say such a
I know who would
stupid
say
thing?
that.
I know.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll fully cop to how dumb it is, but I don't know where I got it. I got it from my parents or something. Somebody told me that.
I guess you could mishear it. I mean, and then if you were at a certain age, and maybe you thought to yourself, it's like, yeah, they're right. That is a dandy, long legs. He's quite the dandy.
Yeah, he's a bit of a dandy. Put a little
Yeah,
top
'cause
hat
it
on
didn't
him.
make any sense to you to call him a daddy grown leg.
Yeah,
leg?
grown legs. Those are the ones.
Yeah,
the grown legs.
daddy grown legs.
Yeah.
He's
we
all
know.
full grown up.
Yeah.
See, I'm a
Okay.
moron too.
I see what you're saying. You are a moron. Well, let's test our moronitude with a listener who's been very patient and on the line already. Hi, good morning. Who's this?
Hi, good morning. This is Daddy Longlegs, and I would like to say I'm very offended.
Somebody get a napkin.
This is Rusty Nails from the Tadpole.
Hey, it's Rusty Nails. We know Rusty Nails.
Rusty Nails.
It comes on with a Z that makes it cooler, man. When you're the Rusty
That's
Nails
right.
with a Z. Welcome to the show, Rusty Nails. Brian Emmitt here is going to explain to you and us what your prizes will be today, but more importantly, how you'll win, Brian.
Yes. Oh, so many things to explain. Let me start with the game. I'm going to be giving Scott and Brian a topic. They're going to go back and forth giving me answers that fit that topic. If one of them gives a wrong answer, a repeated answer, or they take too long to come up with an answer, the winner's going to go to the other player. Rusty Nails, your job is to predict who's going to come out on top based on today's topic. Today, you're playing for the carryover prize from Monday. It's so big, I'm not adding anything to it because it's already over 1,000 games and apps. It is the Bundle for Racial Justice and Equality, courtesy of Frog Pants listener Robert Queener. Big thanks to Robert for buying and donating this amazing prize package.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 games and apps, man. And there's some good stuff in there, like quality content.
There it is, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, you need a topic. And speaking of games, this one comes to us courtesy of Matt Sims, who wrote in and said, Mortal Kombat 11 is coming out soon. And then he says in parentheses, or is it out already? I think it's out already.
Yeah.
It's been out.
11's out. Although there's a big DLC, I think, that just hit or is about to hit. And so that might be what he's thinking of.
That's why it's coming back up in the news. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are currently 34 playable characters, including the Aftermath Edition with all unlocked characters, including DC Universe. And yes, all original characters from previous games that are part of this are playable.
Wait a minute.
How many?
He's saying...
Not all the characters from previous Mortal Kombat games are in this one, but all the ones that have been brought forward. I think what he's saying is the characters that are in this game are playable.
So, but he didn't suggest the DC characters aren't playable in Mortal Kombat 11. They're not in there. So that's a whole separate game.
Unless there's something.
I own this
right
game.
Now.
I have this game, and they're not in there.
Right now,
okay, I'm not going to say anything.
Is this the DLC part or just the core game? Or
it is every playable character in Mortal Kombat 11 is what we want.
Okay,
there are 34 playable characters in Mortal Kombat 11.
Like if I downloaded Mortal Kombat today.
Yeah, if you got 11 today
with the DLC,
right? There's a certain character, for example, there was a certain character, a big name character that was just brought out in that DLC. That comes from not video games, comes from something else. For example, that would you would include that. That would be
there.
In
You
there.
go. And T. Froya says no. He means since Mortal Kombat 9, some characters have been removed from story canon. So that's probably what Matt Sims meant. So let's just boil it down to this.
You're no canon.
Name the 34 playable characters in Mortal Kombat 11,
Yeah.
whether it's unlockables, DLC, or originally released with the game.
Okay, that's cool. I can do this.
All right, so Rusty Nails. Now that you know the topic, who do you want to win, or who do you think is going to win, and who do you want to go first?
Okay, well, I'm going to hedge my bet because I know Scott is doing a Mortal Kombat retrospective.
Right.
So he's been studying up on Mortal Kombat. So I'm going to have Scott to win, Big 100. Here we go. It's all on you, buddy. And Brian to go first.
All right.
Have at it.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do
This
it.
feels like Monday's choice.
It does a little
It
bit.
does feel like Monday's choice, and we all see how that
what
went.
happened on Monday?
Well, History of the World Part 2 happened on Monday.
Right.
Yeah.
Death.
All right, Smarty Pants, you begin. You start.
All right, so with all that smack talk, I'll just reveal right now that I've really only casually played Mortal Kombat 11. I've read stuff about it. I keep my eyes on it. And so I'm just going to go start off with some of the older characters first. and make my way through and hope I get some.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, feels like a strategy.
I'm going to go with Get Over Here. No, I'm not. Yeah, Scorpion. No, Scorpion.
Go with Scorpion. Scorpion, 100% absolutely playable in Mortal Kombat 11. Very good.
All right. I'm trying to decide if I should hold the DLC,
And
guys.
just for the record,
Yeah.
Scorpion has been playable in every iteration of Mortal Kombat, with the exception of Mortal Kombat 3 for some reason.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
he's the hub.
He's kind of the hub, yeah. He's
Well, there's a 2-part hub. The other is Sub-Zero, so we'll put him in there. Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero. So Sub-Zero, good choice. Also playable in Mortal Kombat 11.
You know, it's an
Sub-Zero-
interesting story between Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
They're kind of they fight each other and stuff, but those two are like your anchors, man. They're your tent
They are your
poles.
anchors, and Sub-Zero has been in every version of Mortal Kombat.
Yep, in
So
some form or another.
there's no version of Mortal Kombat that does not have Sub-Zero in it.
That
Sub-Zero!
that includes that weird side-scroller adventure game called was it Mortal Kombat Adventures? Shoot, I don't remember the name, but it was a Sub-Zero game basically. So he's even got his own offshoot compared to everybody else.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
It is your turn.
Yeah.
Oh, well, shut up. Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage is playable in Mortal Kombat 11. He was not in 3, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, Mortal Kombat D. I don't like D. Deception.
Deception.
Or Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. He wasn't in that one.
Yeah, there's he whatever. I hate Johnny Cage. All right. Let's go to a favorite of mine who made a return, I think, in this game. I don't think he was in 10. I'm trying to remember, maybe in 9, but Baraka with his blades.
Oh, Baraka. Yeah.
He was in 10. Baraka, but he is playable in 11 as well. He was not in original Mortal Kombat 3 and 4 and
Was he in 9?
DA.
Wasn't it in 9?
Deadly Alliance. He was in 9.
Oh,
Yes.
I thought Baraka was off for a while. I don't know why I thought
He's
that.
been in every version since and including
He
Mortal
was
Kombat
on some
Deception.
tropical island chilling out.
Chilling.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah.
I did good.
My teeth are out. I did good.
Right, my teeth. Ah!
Yeah.
I bit my tongue. Raiden wins.
Yeah. Raiden wins.
Raiden.
Really?
Raiden. Yes, Raiden's playable
I was
in
gonna say,
11.
I was gonna say, dude, that unless
He was
the
up towards the top of the list, and I skipped over him when I was scanning it.
yeah.
If he wasn't for some weird reason, but
Yes.
it's not for me. It's not Mortal Kombat unless Raiden shows up. I'll be honest with you. That's how
Yeah,
I feel
he's
about
been in every version except for Mortal Kombat 3 and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. So, is it Ultimate? I know there's a UMK3. It is Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Yes.
Yeah, it's just like they added some character. It was an
It was a
arcade thing. It was like it's like doing Super Street Fighter Turbo. Is the same
right.
idea. It's
Just,
like a little extra in there, a little faster, whatever.
okay.
All right. Let's see. You said Raiden. This is one of those where I gotta remember what people said.
Yeah,
I'm gonna screw it up. Kung Lao. Kung Lao's in all this stuff with the hat.
Kung Lao is definitely in this one too. Kung Lao
I'm
playable
glad
in
you
Mortal
said that
Kombat
one.
11,
Yeah.
and few that he hasn't been in. I'm not going to worry about telling you which ones these people haven't been in because that's
Yeah. What do we care?
Yeah.
what do you care,
We don't
right?
care. Nobody
Sonya
cares.
Blade.
Sonya Blade. Yep.
Sonya Blade.
She's also playable in Mortal Kombat 11.
Okay. Shang Tsung is in it.
Everybody Shang Tsung tonight. Yes. Shang Tsung is playable.
And by the way, little side note, voiced by by Kerry Tawaga, whatever you say his name. I forget how you say his name, but the guy who played Shang Tsung in the 1990s Mortal Kombat film came back to do this. And some people in a more modern sense may know him as a very cool character in Man in the High Castle. It's that guy.
Oh, that guy. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know exactly who you're talking about.
He's actually in there. It's pretty cool. Anyway,
Huh.
and they used his face
I'm
and everything.
glad Scott is saying ones that I wouldn't have thought to say, because that leaves the ones that I do remember quite well wide open. And I can't feel like I can say Sonya Blade without mentioning my friend Jax.
Jax, sure.
Surely he's made a return to part 11. I'm a little nervous, but I'm going for it.
Jax is
Jax has been in every iteration of Mortal Kombat except for the first one.
Yep.
So he's definitely in 11.
great. He was my number one go-to in 2. I loved him in 2.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Jax is great. Plus the voice just going, Jax wins. It's cool.
Wins. Cool.
All right. One of my favorites is just Kano, because Kano's an idiot. I love Kano.
You said one I knew.
It's like, oh, you got one eye. It's a cyber eye. He's great.
Yep, Kano, 100% playable in Mortal Kombat 11.
Okay. Kano wins.
Kano wins. Kano. Why does he win? All right, let's see here. Well, let me think. I had it in my head and then I lost it.
Uh-oh.
I have one I have in my pocket, but I have one in my pocket, but I'm waiting because I saw an advertisement, and I don't want to use it yet.
I like my chances here. Feeling good.
I had it. Hold on a second.
Up.
I still have a bunch.
Yeah, there are still a bunch to choose from in here.
Oh, I'm not sure if I'm gonna go with. I think I have it, but now I'm concerned that maybe her character didn't carry on as far as I think it did. Jade.
Jade?
Is Jade in the recent? I don't like how you said that. I changed my mind. I'm gonna go with the other one that I saw in the advertisement.
I'm looking here to make sure that it's not a mistake on my part. Jade not.
Jade. No, wait. Jade is totally in 11. She is so in 11.
I'm sorry. Geez, right under Kung Lao. Yes, I'm sorry. Jade is in 11.
Oh,
yep.
Is she really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I just printed this too poorly. Thank you, Scott.
That's no problem. Yeah, I was gonna say she's definitely in there, and so is her old pal. I don't remember her name because it was.
I know what she looks like. I know they're the character talking about, but I can't.
There's like a lady. So you got the male ninja pair is the popular pair. Then you got lady ninja pair, and I always forget the second one.
And I want to call her.
I
want to
have the same outfit, just in different colors.
Yeah,
pretty much. And I want to call, and the name that she is, I know is wrong because I know I'm thinking about another character in a different series, and I'm like, their name cannot be the same.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll poop out a DLC here.
Okay.
The only DC character in here is the Joker. He's a DLC character.
Yes.
I think.
He is. I thought you were gonna screw that up because you said there's nobody from DC in this thing.
Yeah, I just meant the heroes, but I forgot. Yeah, he's in there.
Yep, Joker, absolutely.
There was two I saw on the advertisement, and that was one I knew once Scott mentioned it. But the other one I'd seen was Spawn because I got.
Oh yeah, right.
Stoked.
I forgot he was in it.
Sorry. I got pretty stoked about that.
Yeah.
Yes, he's totally in it. Spawn also added in the Kombat pack.
Was also in
and
9.
Now everything else I'm gonna say is just gonna be me flat out.
Let's see. I'm pretty sure Spawn was also in 9. Do I have that right? Do you have that listed? I don't know if you have that listed.
I don't know if I have that one listed.
What am I thinking
Have you
of?
been in one before?
What am I thinking of? Oh no,
I didn't think you had because I was super excited.
No,
I'm sorry. Spawn
only.
Spawn
I
was
thought
in.
that was a perfect pick.
No, he was in Soul Calibur 2 or whatever it was, but it was specifically the Xbox original game had Spawn. The GameCube game version of that same game had Link instead, and then Sony had. Oh, I don't remember how it went. But anyway, it's some old trivia there. All right. So this is not Spawn's first trip to a fighting game is what I'm saying.
It is not.
Right.
Because I can't remember her name still. I'll still think about her.
I know.
Let's do the brand new DLC character voiced by the original actor, Peter. Anyway.
Cetera.
No. Shit. Peter. Well, anyway. RoboCop is in this. RoboCop is now in this game.
Oh, is RoboCop in this?
Yes.
RoboCop is definitely in this. Yeah, another part of the. This is actually exclusive from the Aftermath expansion.
Really?
RoboCop
Really? That makes.
Yeah.
So they went that route.
Weller, by the way, is the Peter you're thinking
Peter
of.
Weller, that's
Right.
it. And he did the voice, and also they have a fatality that involves Ed 209, dude. It's rad.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Really?
I'll have
Yeah.
to look for the YouTube on that.
That's really good.
So
he just did an interesting selfie video, Peter Weller, talking about his academic accolades that he's gotten. He's apparently, got PhDs and that sort of thing.
I didn't know
And
that.
he mentions that more than he says, yes, Peter Weller from RoboCop, but also holder of a PhD in such and such and such and such. It's like,
Oh.
okay, we get it. You're smart.
That's
Thanks,
pretty
Peter
cool.
Weller.
He was great in that season of Dexter he was in. It made that season better because he was in it.
Oh, he was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, Brian. I have a feeling Brian might be out of names.
We'll have a couple of guesses
Okay.
Okay.
in my head. Some are reasonable. One of them just came up because you said that.
Yeah.
So
RoboCop.
you mentioned a scene where RoboCop was fighting.
Oh,
Does that-
yeah. You probably
that
saw
mean-
this video. You probably saw it.
Right. So does that mean the character was playable though, or not?
Yeah.
Or was it just?
I know
or
where
was
you're
it just
going.
advertisement?
I know where you're going. I hope you get it right because this is a good brain on Brian to remember this. This will impress me as your friend.
Check out the brain on Brian.
Right. But then again, I don't know. Now I've totally forgotten some of the.
I can't find that Peter Weller video, that selfie video he took, because it was really good. But
Dang it. I'd love to hear that he's like Mr. Brainiac. That's cool.
he is, yeah, super brainiac, yeah.
Yeah. I like that guy.
So
Murphy.
Scott had said, I'm not sure if I misunderstood what Scott was saying, but it sounded like he said in the advertisement he was seeing that RoboCop was fighting an Ed 209, and I can't imagine you would actually be able to play an Ed 209.
Oh, is that what you meant? Oh, this is a different thing then.
That was kind of what I had thought.
Well, not that.
No. All right, so what I'm going to have to go with is then I'm going to have to go with Mario.
I mean, I would pay for this. I would
It's
pay.
You're dead.
I would buy that DLC and I would pay extra
Melody.
for it. And I want him whenever he starts a fight, they have their little lines at the beginning. So like Kung Lao or somebody will go, "Oh, I believe we are here to meet again," or whatever. And then you got Mario going, "Let's go," and then they just fight.
Go.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
As much as I would love to be able to say yes, Mario,
Oh, what's the list of things we wish was in it?
yeah.
Yeah.
This is the thing that's actually
the
in it.
top of the
Oh,
list. Yes, exactly.
then is the Red Queen in it? Because I can't think of the lady's name who had the red
Red Queen.
Red Queen.
Jade's
Oh,
opposite.
her alternate.
was-
Oh,
the one I can't
Katana's who
remember.
you're thinking about, right?
Katana.
Is that Katana
That's
I'm thinking
it.
of?
It's Katana.
Ah,
Yeah,
Okay,
Katana.
hold on. I got a couple I wanted to see if I was
All
right on.
Okay, finish him,
Okay.
Scott.
I thought Brian was leaning toward this, and he wasn't. I was surprised because the videos that were put out were RoboCop versus Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator.
Oh, was the T-800 in there?
Yes, but he's not voiced by Arnold, which is a bummer. It's someone just faking his voice. And then the other ones I know would have been Cabal,
Oh, I forgot about Cabal.
Yep,
Liu Kang.
of course.
We didn't say Liu Kang?
No,
Nobody said Liu Kang.
We said Kung
Oh,
Lao,
really?
which those guys are kind of the same.
I thought you said Kung Pao. I wasn't listening.
And then the big bad. Shao Kahn.
Shao Kahn.
And then the only other one I knew for sure is that one of the kids, somebody's kid, is in this from the previous game. Because the last game had everyone's
Oh.
kids in it. Like
Yeah.
tons of kids. And I think it's
Baby Raiden wins.
Johnny Cage's kid, but I don't remember her name.
Oh,
so
that makes sense.
that's where I
her
would
name is Cassie Cage.
Oh, yeah, Cassie Cage.
that's right.
That's it.
The other ones you could have mentioned: Noob Saibot, Tobias Boone, of course, making another appearance. Scarlett Devora, John C. Devora,
Scarlett.
Aaron Black, Jackie Briggs, Kodal Khan, Takeda. Some of these are brand new because
I
of
was gonna
11.
say, some of those names are just
Yeah,
made up. They're not-
Cetrion, Garrus, Collector, Frost, Fujin, Shiva, Sindel.
Oh,
Sindel,
Shiva.
Shiva,
Right.
and Nightwolf.
Oh, Nightwolf, everybody's favorite. Because the fighting games, they all had to have a Native American in them. All of them did.
Yeah,
Street Fighter had a guy. These
But-
guys had a guy. I love that. It's one of my favorite things because
But no reptilian?
No reptile this time.
No
right?
reptilian. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, no reptile and no
Reptile.
no Cyrax or who was the other robot?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Cyrax
one.
and they were in the last one though. I don't remember his name.
Right, I'm looking right now at the full list.
Cyrax.
That's funny. There's one called Mocap, but he was only in
Gee.
Oh, that's
in a
awesome.
couple different versions.
Isn't one of the other kids in it? Like
Smoke? No, not Smoke.
Smoke was in the last one, not in this one. I don't think.
Yeah, not Smoke was in 9, but not 10.
Or that's what it was. 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
9 and 10 blur to me. I don't even remember which one was what. But
Sector.
Jax's kid was in it, but I don't remember her name. Something Jax. Or no, it's not
Applejack.
Jax. Sorry, his last name is Briggs, right? Jax Briggs. Jax.
Yeah, Briggs. I mentioned Briggs.
Did you mention the daughter? Maybe you did.
I did. I said Jackie Briggs.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Brand new in 10 and continued in 11.
Nice. That was fun. And that turned out to be an area of my expertise, which made me happy. And that means 1,000 games.
Yeah.
Over 1,000.
Over
games.
1,000. Rusty Nails, what are you going to do with all those games, dude?
I will try and play them all, but I'm also thinking of donating it again. Trying to just pass it along, and share the love and share the wealth. You know what I mean?
That's a really cool way to look at it. And I'm pretty sure you can. None of these are Steam keys, so it's a little weird. You have to do.
Yeah, you actually have to log into the page and download. And I don't know how well. If you
There's
can,
there's no DRM. It totally depends on your honesty to download exe files, install them, and not.
Yeah. So what he could do, though, what Rusty Nails could do is pick the handful of games he wants to keep, and then
send
push
us
other stuff forward.
URL links for the rest of them, or something.
Or just pass them around or do whatever. So it's up to you, man. But congratulations. Here's the deal, though. You can't get that. Did I just say here's the dildo? I meant here's the deal, though.
Yeah.
You actually said here's the freaking dildo.
Oh man.
Here's the freaking dildo, dandy legs.
You're going to want to email Brian or coverville@gmail.com, and he will pass that on to you. It was a pleasure, as my dad would say, having you on, and congratulations.
Yeah.
All right.
Big ups.
Yeah, big ups. So we are going to now make another request for the world to send me their experiences with the original Mortal Kombat and all of the hubbub that created. I know I did this yesterday. I'm doing it again because I really want your thoughts and feelings. Send me your audio files. I need to get voice memo from your phone is fine. Even if you have to call the hotline and leave it there, that's okay too. But we want to hear you talk about your experience with Mortal Kombat, either as a kid, as a parent, or something in between, when it happened and what you think about it. Any specific experience you had? Did you go to an arcade and they said you can't play it, you're too young? Was there some other weird experience where you had to sneak to your cousin's house to play because your mom wouldn't let you? Like that kind of stuff is what we're looking for our little retrospective of that era. Send that to scott@frogpants.com. All right.
Yes.
Brian Nibbett, or Dunaway, I mean.
Yes.
Sorry.
Am I going somewhere?
You're not going anywhere. You're staying right here. We're switching
Bye,
hosts.
Brian Nibbett.
Host switching. No. Are you anything you want to say there, Dunaway, about life?
Absolutely. So last week I had mentioned my final battle with Ganon here on Thursday night.
Yeah.
In my final play after months of trying to get through Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. The night has been moved to tomorrow night, so the final battle shall take place. I shall destroy Ganon.
Yeah.
Mark my words.
I need to tune in and see this finale because I've enjoyed the bits I've seen when you've played before. It's pretty rad.
Don't worry, it's not based on my skill alone. I got Dice Tomato out there telling me what to do, puppeting me to victory.
Nice. Well, Dice Tomato's good at that stuff.
Coaching you.
Get in the ring there, Rock. Come on, take down that Octorock.
Make sure you tell people what your Twitch URL is. How do they find
Twitch.tv/Brian Dunaway.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's just too easy.
It's too easy. It almost might work. Bye now. All right. That's the end of that. Oh, gosh, look at the time. We got to just jump straight to Tom Merritt. Before we do, though, Brian, this break brought to us by Coverville, where what's happening today?
Yeah, this is a tribute episode. Bummer that we'd had to do this, but Ruth Pointer, was it Ruth Pointer? Let me see. I want to make sure I get the right Pointer sister that passed away.
I was going to ask if they... I didn't realize the Pointer sisters' real last names were Pointer.
Yeah. June, Bonnie, and Anita Pointer.
Completely. That's new. Between potato bugs and this and dandy long legs, I've learned so much today. I thought it was just like
Bonnie Pointer is the one who passed away at the age of 69 just about a week ago. And so I'm doing a couple sets tribute to the Pointer Sisters. You know, you're familiar with stuff like Neutron Dance and I'm So Excited. We'll wait till you hear new versions of those. But they've also covered folks like Steely Dan and The Toys. And there was a really weird one that surprised me. Let's see. They covered Disney. I'm not going to say which one. They covered the Eurythmics. And they even covered Chaka Khan.
Oh,
Chaka Khan.
Really?
Everybody Chaka Khan. Yeah, they did. So covers of and by the Pointer Sisters on today's episode of Coverville as I get ready for Saturday's big 12-hour Coverthon event, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. twitch.tv/Coverville for all this stuff.
Right. That's all coming up, man. I keep forgetting that's happening right away.
I know. Tell me about it. I completely...
Time's weird right now. Like normally you'd have all the stuff planned out and ahead. I mean, you're still going to be ready, but it's like stuff just creeps up on you right now. It's so weird.
Normally it'd be like, all right, guests and this and that and stuff. And, you know, who knows? I might do guests, but we'll figure it all out.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, good luck with that. In the meantime, let's do a song to take us on break, and then we'll be back with Tom and Nicole. What do you have?
Yes, I've got an indie rock band called Gum Country. They are formed by vocalist, guitarist, and songwriter Courtney Garvin, who is a member of the Courtneys, based on that name, and multi-instrumentalist Connor Meyer. They began this...
Raina! No! My daughter has done nothing to hurt you. Why are you doing this?
If anything can get me past those bewitched trees, this is it.
It's gonna be all right, Teddy. I understand now. This is the morning stream.
Whoops, we're back. I'm muted. Hey, we're back, everybody. Not muted now.
Nope, not now.
Not muted now. All right. Getting word from dude what manages my store saying we are selling a lot of these masks. If you want that Emmitt Facemask, look like it's going fast, and we're not doing a second order. So if you want in on that, you got to get in there.
So limited edition. Cool.
Limited edition. Although Brian and I are getting one because I made sure of that. But
good. As long as as long as I'm getting one, then I'm good with that.
Then we're good, right? I'm good too.
I don't care how quickly they sell out, as long as I get one.
But if you want one, they're there and they're cheap and they're fast and they're great. So cheap and fast, like I like my co-hosts. Just kidding. All right. Let's
cheap, fast, and great. Pick two.
Yeah. Pick two. Stay with one.
Pick any two.
Tom Merritt on his way in here to talk to us today about tech things. We're going to start that off right with this.
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
That man is Tom Merritt. He is here joining us as he does every Wednesday that I can remember since the beginning of time. Tom, how long have we been doing this, actually? How long has it been?
I don't really know.
I think it is since the beginning of time. I think that is the accurate description.
When did you start TMS?
2011. So did we start that?
So we started doing a current geek hit. Remember?
Yeah.
Back then.
Right.
I don't remember when we switched over to me being lazy and saying, I don't want to have to remember anything. I'm already working on tech news. Let me talk about that.
Let me just reuse some of that.
Yeah, that's right. I'd forgotten we started differently. But yeah, it's been a long time getting from there to here, as they say in Star Trek Enterprise. But it's good to have you here. Tom comes on Wednesdays, talks about the hot tech stories of the day. And today should be no different. So what is going on in the world of tech?
Well, it's one of those days where I can give you guys a choice. Would you like to talk about Apple's war against the developers that make apps for their own app store? Would you like me to explain why there was not a DDoS on Monday, despite everyone saying there was?
Okay.
Or I could even talk about safe harbor law, but I'm going to guess that.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Now I'm a little bit torn between the first two. Let's start with the DDoS thing, because what was it then if it wasn't that? Because it had all the signs
Well,
of it.
Did you guys hear? So that's my first question. Do you think there was a DDoS Monday because that's what you saw everyone say?
Yes. And part of that was based on Twitch was having terrible problems. That afternoon, and so when I was asking and poking around, people were saying, "Oh, it looks like a DDoS attack. Looks like that."
Yeah.
And I just kind of took that for granted, and apparently that's not.
There
what
was
happened.
no denial of service attack on Monday. This is a classic and I think important example of the failure of the internet to drive out bad information, because it didn't matter to you. You didn't go check all the sources, right? There's a DDoS. That explains it. That's all I need to know.
Right.
But in fact, no DDoS. Here's what happened. T-Mobile just explained today, and this is the news of the day, that a circuit switch for their voice over LTE network failed. And they have a redundancy for that because that happens from time to time. And the redundancy failed. That caused an overload. That caused a traffic storm. And that caused a bunch of T-Mobile people to get knocked out. Now, suddenly, a bunch of people are talking about outages. Suddenly, when that happened, there happened to be coincidentally, and I don't mean just like, it's a funny coincidence. I mean, things happening at the same time that are unrelated. They are coincident. A couple of other outages, including the one on Twitch. So that led a bunch of people to say on Twitter, I can't get to this site. I can't get to that site. Some of them because of the T-Mobile outage, some of them just because of coincident outages, which then led Down Detector to call a bunch of sites down that weren't down. Down Detector just looks at social networks and says, is everybody saying something is down? Then I guess it's down. And FaceTime is down for me, was something that started trending because people couldn't use it over their voice over LTE on T-Mobile. Okay. Once that happens, somebody goes digging around and finds an attack map from Arbor Networks. Arbor Networks, totally legitimate company. They sell DDoS protection, and they have an attack map up that shows DDoSes in action. And everybody started spreading this map around like, look at all these DDoSes coming in the United States. That obviously explains it. That's what's happening to T-Mobile. That's what's happening to Twitch. Except that map looks the same every day. Arbor Networks exaggerates the map for marketing purposes to show like, this is how horrible it is out there. Buy our product. So if you go look at the Arbor Networks map today, it looks exactly the same as it did on Monday. And all of this was explained by Cloudflare CEO Matthew Prince on Twitter. Cloudflare, of course, the premier company in combating DDoSes. And he shared a bunch of like, here's the traffic we're seeing. We're the biggest people who do this. And it's normal. Like there's no DDoS happening, but it was a series of unfortunate events that led some outlets that don't bother to really check into these things to slap up a headline saying there was a DDoS with this scary looking map, and that's how it spread around.
Wow. So it didn't probably help that Anonymous claimed it was a DDoS on their tweets and other things.
Also, I'm not sure that was anonymous or a blog that calls itself anonymous.
This
as opposed to the actual.
This is the problem because
group.
an anonymous is as a group isn't like they have a publicly available address and everybody knows where they work. Like
they don't have the blue check mark on their Twitter tag.
No, it's all just
that would be ironic, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It would be great.
It's info chaos in a weird way, and I guess I'm glad to hear that it wasn't some massive coordinated attack, but I'm also annoyed that it's so hard to. It's just so easy to jump to all these conclusions, isn't it? I mean, it'll happen again too. Like we could have some weird AWS farted out. I think it's an attack from a thing. I heard from some.
Right. Had to be because there's so much stuff going on right now. It has to be an attack.
Yeah,
it's a great and somewhat safe illustration because there aren't too many bad fallouts other than people misunderstanding that. I bet it is not the same as it is.
Yeah.
And on the internet, people are too quick to hear someone say, I bet it's, and turn it in, I heard it, and then it becomes it is. And that's how the game of telephone works.
To break the news. They want to be the first to say, it's this, even though it was speculation. Can I tell you what the big takeaway for me from your segment today was, Tom?
What's that?
Something that I have absolutely never realized, and I can't believe I've never figured this out. That coincidence, the root is co-incidence. Yes. So like you've got two incidents that are working together to be coincidence.
Wow. I learned that it's Daddy Longleg, not Dandy. And you learned a much more important lesson about coincidences. Okay. All right. I like where we're going here.
It's just a coincidence means those are just two things that happened at the same time.
Two incidents
not things that caused each other.
Yeah. So what's the 411 brief on why Apple devs are mad?
We'll actually talk about that on DTNS today if you want a fuller description. But the latest is that Basecamp has a new email subscription service called Hey. They launched it on the App Store. The first version was buggy. They pushed through a bug fix, and the bug fix has not been approved because Apple says you're not using Apple payments for your subscription service.
Oh.
And I'm still trying to get confirmation on this, but it seems that what's happening is Apple will allow like Kindle and Netflix, et cetera, to be in the App Store without using Apple payments, as long as they make no reference to the fact that you can go somewhere else. It's just a reader app, right?
Yeah.
It's just an app that lets you access the service, and it doesn't promote in any way that you can go around Apple payments by going somewhere else. Thurrott.com says that there is a mention in the app of you can go to our website to subscribe. Doesn't link to it, doesn't say anything, but that could be enough to set an Apple reviewer off. And Apple's holding their ground and saying, no, this violates the terms. We don't let and email subscriptions aren't the same as video and books, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know. It's Basecamp folks are not backing down. They are raising holy heck on even unholy heck probably on Twitter.
Yeah, a little bit unholy heck. So just as a quick follow up, what is it they do now with Amazon? Because Amazon's different now. It used to be you had to go to a web page and do a thing.
Well, that just makes it worse, right?
Right.
In Audible, you can now use your credits in the app on iOS because you're not buying anything. It's just part of the service, right?
Yeah.
So the Apple sort of made an adjustment, said, okay, fine, we'll allow that. For Apple TV, the Amazon Prime Video, they are allowing purchases, like totally violating this principle, saying, well, this is a video business decision. And it's limited to video businesses. It's a whole different thing. They basically just made up a new category for Amazon and said, okay, that's now allowed, but nobody else.
Yeah, see, that's just straight up favoritism for financial reasons, and I understand why you'd do that with somebody like Amazon to make that whole thing happy finally, but. Yeah, that's gonna be a weird thing to toe. Well,
especially because Europe just announced an investigation into exactly this policy of not allowing other payment systems in the App Store.
Yeah, we seem to rely on by default the European Union to like do stuff like this. I don't know why. It's not like we can't challenge some of those things here, but in Europe, man, they're always ready to go with some kind of.
I think Europe's just stricter because the United States often does investigate these things first.
Sure.
But a lot of times, what happens is the U.S. looks at it and goes, "Nah, it's fine," and then Europe looks at it and goes, "I'm not so sure it's fine."
Yeah, and then bonk bonk and you're dead. All right. Anyway, I don't know what that means. Hey, later today,
bonk on the head. That's a Star Trek.
There you go. We're back to talking about that sort of stuff and other tech stories later today, 2:30 Mountain Time on the Daily Tech News Show. As always, very much looking forward to being on today. I also get the opportunity to hang out and do bonus shows with Tom and crew, and we're doing one of those today. So if you're a patron over there, you get rad benefits like bonus shows that feature me, the least knowledgeable tech person in the room at the time. So enjoy that. Tom, anything else you want to mention before we cut you loose today?
Yeah, I am not going to be on Daily Tech News Show tomorrow because every so often I take a day to work on a new project called Know a Little More, and we're launching it tomorrow. Know a Little More is me taking these topics, like 5G or Wi-Fi 6 or Safe Harbor, and just breaking them down for however long it takes. Could be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, etc. So Know a Little More is already there. You can subscribe to it. There's a trailer that sort of explains what it is, but that's what it is. And if you would like to get that, either become a patron of DTNS and it will just show up in the feed for all the patrons, or go subscribe to Know a Little More in your favorite podcast app, and it will publish tomorrow with an episode explaining 5G from soup to nuts.
Well, if you're all also wondering why I keep bringing up this Mortal Kombat personal story thing that I keep asking for people on the show, it might be for a little thing Tom and I are working on. So just a little hint drop there. It's going to be rad. The Current Geek thing is happening, and you all know it's coming, but we need your MK stories. So send those in. All right, Tom Merritt.
Right. Yeah, because this Current Geek Chronicles is going to be amazing.
It's going to be.
Like,
it's already amazing. They just haven't even heard how amazing yet.
Yeah,
it's so
like,
good.
I can say it's amazing.
It's so good.
Brian got a sneak peeker.
I did.
At it.
Sneaker peeker.
Sneaker peeker.
It's I can't wait till we can put a date on it. But that'll happen soon. And yeah, give us those Mortal Kombat stories that Scott's been asking for. That is going to be essential to one of the episodes.
Yeah, and y'all will be on there. All right, Tom Merritt, everybody. Ace Detect on Twitter. Take it easy. We'll see you later. Have a good one.
Yeah. Don't just start those Mortal Kombat stories. Finish them.
Finish them. Finish them. I wonder if the game's ever said finish them. Has there ever been a group combat thing?
Group fatality.
I wonder.
Yeah, wouldn't they have the tag team, right? It would make sense, but I guess you wipe out one of them before the other one comes in.
Yeah, that's true. 11's a really good game if you like fighting games, but I bounced off it pretty quick because I think once you've played a lot of fighting games, you kind of have played them. Like,
yeah,
what new things are they doing?
I don't like fighting games.
Doesn't quite work, but I like it. All right. What now? Oh, Nicole. She is confirmed to be here. So
she's confirmed.
She is confirmed. We're going to add her to the call. We're going to have some fun talking about cool stuff, and we're going to play this to do it. Oh, yeah, that's Nicole Spagnolo right there on your camera looking at us saying howdy ho.
We don't say howdy ho.
No, we don't say howdy ho. Howdy ho. It's Nicole Spagnolo.
Hi ho.
Hi ho.
Spagnolo ho. She's here, and here's the thing we'd like to play now. Oh, did I take it out of here? Shoot, I did. All right, your funny little laugh isn't
I
here
can probably
anymore.
laugh for you just like that's.
Okay, I'm sure it'll come up.
That's my hearty laugh.
Hearty laugh. I like it.
You know?
Well, having a hearty laugh in these times is a good thing, Nicole. I think it's not a problem.
Yeah, for sure.
Having Nicole here is always great. We do it on Wednesdays. We talk about recommendals, stuff we've seen or watched on streaming platforms, and then we recommend them to you folks. So let's start with Brian and his clip. Brian, any setup here today?
Series. Just finished. Just put out its last episode at the end of last month.
All right.
And that's as much as I'm going to give you.
That sounds all right. Oh, I found it. All right, there you go.
You might recognize an MCU actor in this clip.
Snorted. Nicole, you totally snorted. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Oh.
All right, here we go. I'll recognize someone from the MCU, you say. Interesting. All right, here we go. I want to play. Here we go.
Did you know about the story?
No.
Just tell me the truth.
Lori, I swear, I'm telling you the truth.
What about the website? The cut-up room?
I only kept it from you because I knew it was...
Don't.
Don't what?
Explain it away like you do everything. Excuse it away.
I knew it would set you off. You were already half convinced that Jacob was guilty. I didn't want to add
Not
this.
anymore.
What'd you just say?
I don't believe him. Not after what I heard today.
So you're gonna let this one thing change
It's
the way...
always one thing. We're guilty too. If we protect him, we're as guilty as he is.
All right, just keep your voice down. He's right upstairs.
I'm not even saying I know what to do about it. I don't. But I know what I heard, and I know what it means.
Lori, I'm begging you. Don't talk yourself into something because it's some made-up story.
It's not a story.
Yes, it is.
All right, that's Captain America there.
That's definitely Captain America. That is Chris Evans.
And I think it's that... Oh, it's Apple TV Plus thing. It's a movie, and it's called... something with Jacob lost his ticket or something like that.
Defending Jacob. That is the name of the show. Yes, it is on Apple TV Plus. It is called Defending Jacob, and that is Michelle Dockery is the other voice you're hearing there. The Downton Abbey is Michelle Dockery.
I love her.
What was that? Lawless? No, what was the one we saw on Netflix? The Western.
Not Lawless.
Not Lawless. Something.
I love
Godless?
that show. Godless. That's such a great
Godless.
show.
It's so good.
She's good. She's one of those people I could just watch do whatever, man. She's great.
Yeah, she's so talented.
Yeah.
So it's Chris Evans and Michelle Dockery as the parents of a boy named Jacob, who is accused of committing murder. I'm not going to even go further than that because there are so many twists and turns and things that happen in this, but it is engrossing and it is very, very compelling television. You're going to basically want to, I tell you, you'll watch this thing in the afternoon because there's short episodes. This thing is, they're hour-long episodes. They're 8 episodes, but you are still going to want to watch these as much as possible because you're going to be so compelled by the story. You want to find out how it ends.
That's great.
J.K. Simmons also appears in this.
Does he
really good?
Does he play
J. Jonah Jameson?
No, I was trying to think of his Portal character and I forgot his name.
Oh yeah,
something
he doesn't
Johnson.
Play not Tor Johnson. Something Johnson.
Cave Johnson. That's
Cave
it.
Johnson.
Yeah.
That's it.
Anyway,
no, he doesn't play that either. Or an Allstate agent.
Oh, he doesn't do any of those things. Okay,
doesn't do any of those things.
Does he play a guy who yells at his student about playing the piano real good or something?
That's right. Play the drums. Smell like you mean it.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, it's called Defending Jacob. Now, again, if you've picked up any Apple devices recently, you get a full year of Apple TV Plus for free. I think you can also get a lot of these shows for free anyway, even if you haven't bought an Apple device, because there's like not even a free trial, but like a free taste of Apple TV where they've given you full seasons of 3 or 4 of their original programs to watch. And I know I've recommended a bunch of these. Mythic Quest is excellent. The Morning Show is good. For All Mankind is really good, and Defending Jacob is excellent.
It's also cheap. It's $4.99 and for a month.
There you go.
And if you decide to cancel after watching anything, let's say you fill up on all of those and you're like, well, there's nothing left that you want to see, then just cancel until they bring more back.
Cancel after a month. Exactly. Yeah. Let me see here. The For All Mankind. Oh, Servant was really good. That's the M. Night Shyamalan. One that was really good. Mythic Quest Raven's Banquet is excellent.
Wait, was the Shyamalan one with the weird little baby thing?
Yes.
The doll or whatever? Okay.
Yes.
I've been meaning to see that. I need to see that.
It's good. I haven't watched any of Central Park, which is by the Bob's Burgers group. But,
Me either. I want to see that also.
But I'm curious about that. And of course, there's, kids programs. Fraggle Rock has their thing there. Snoopy, all sorts of stuff on there anyway. And more stuff coming. Beastie Boys documentary was just on that, or is on that. Worth picking up for at least a month. Check out all the good stuff on there, and then stop it if you don't want it.
Plus, they give you a free month to do a trial anyway.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Get your free month. Get all your good stuff.
Yeah, get in there, watch it, and stick around if you like it.
If you've only got it for a month, Defending Jacob, Servant, and For All Mankind, I think would be the things I'd recommend. Oh, Trying, that documentary or that comedy that I recommended last week was also on there.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking that was Netflix, but
it was like it's like the Pre-Breeders is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, pre-breed. I don't know if you can hear my laundry in the back. I apologize.
No, not at all.
Why is it screaming?
Yelling at
Well,
you?
it's starting to spin. I'm like, oh, it's loud.
When did you spill? You spilled mustard on my lapel. All right. Good one. I like that. I want to see it. I thought it was a movie, so I'm surprised to hear it's a series or a miniseries.
8 episode TV series.
That's cool. It's a bit like the thing I just finished up. Oh, you know what?
Based on a book.
Oh, it's based on a book. Same with this other thing. I want to make one final recommendation on before I play my clip. This Much I Know Is True ended. It did its full run.
Did it?
Yep. It's the final episode was on Sunday, and I stand by my statement even more so after seeing the finale.
Good.
I've never seen in a very long time something so emotionally true, honest, resonant, heartrending, amazing, incredible. Just has to be seen. You'll never think of Mark Ruffalo again as the guy he mostly always plays in movies and TV shows. This is not that. This is something above that. It's amazing. Everyone's amazing.
Cool.
I didn't even mention how good. I can't think of her name all of a sudden. League of Their Own.
Gina Davis?
No, the funny one. She had a talk show
Rosie
for a while.
O'Donnell?
Rosie O'Donnell's in
Rosie
it.
O'Donnell.
That's it. She blew my mind. I'm not even a fan really, but she blew my mind in this. She's so good. Everybody's good. It is a 100% must-see thing. I loved it.
Found something. Saw her on Smilf too, and she's really good. Rosie O'Donnell. She actually used to break her bones in her hand like a dozen times or so. She broke the bones in her hand so that she could get some love and attention from the doctor because she wasn't getting it from her parents as a child.
That's true about her real life, you're saying?
That's true about her real life.
I did not know that. That's
Rosie
crazy.
O'Donnell.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Her parents sound like they might kind of suck.
Apparently they do kind of suck. Yeah.
Yeah, well, F them.
Yes.
But she put in a hell of a performance here, and it was subtle and interesting, and everybody in it is amazing, and I cannot say enough freaking about it. I just loved it. All right,
cool.
Moving on to my actual clip, something I'm also pretty intrigued by. Here's the clip. See if you can figure it out.
People are dead, and they're going to think that we're responsible.
We had no choice back there, okay?
He stopped.
3 dead. Shot in a drug bust gone wrong.
You said it'd be a simple handover, car for the money.
Okay, nothing's changed. Just make sure you take care of those 2 women.
Get out already.
It's surprisingly comfortable.
Our chief suspects are Chelsea Babbage.
I'm an accountant. Running from the police is not in my nature.
And checkout chick Lola Buckley. How would you describe Lola?
Uncooperative. You can shove your job up your ass.
Oh, here we go again.
All right, so you're probably not going to know. You can tell it's Australian.
No, I don't know
right?
what that is. Yeah.
So it's Australian. It's a television series that I'd never heard of. It's called Wanted. Not to be confused with the movie Wanted, which is a different movie.
It is a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie also. So this is a TV series. It's produced and made in Australia with Australian actors and everybody.
Where'd you watch it at?
I'd never heard of it. Netflix. Never heard of it before. We just kind of bumped into it the other night, Kim and I, and got completely hooked on this. It is about these 2 women who happen to be at the same bus stop at the same time waiting for a bus to go home from work. And one's an accountant at some firm. She's about to get audited because she screwed something up real bad. So they have a little bit of setup about what her deal is, but she's kind of flighty and kind of a goofball. She looks like Mary Poppins, which is kind of a joke later. Anyway, then the other lady is just a little more rough and tumble, kind of been through some stuff, has a son, husband's long gone, works at a grocery store place, and there's a little bit of setup about that. Anyway, they've been going to the same bus stop forever, and they've often been there together, but never talked. They don't know who each other is. One night, a van pulls up, a dude in a mask comes out, shoots another guy. They get wrapped up in it. Long story short, they're now on the run because everyone thinks they're the ones that did the crime. And it sounds contrived and weird. It's really fun and really, like, it's one of those shows that somehow straddles serious cop drama with comedy in a way that doesn't clash. It actually works really well. Their relationship is really funny. These 2 women who never knew each other before this, but now they have to be together. It's kind of an odd couple thing.
Interesting.
The guys that are going after him is a big corrupt police problem, and it turns out the killing was all part of a cover-up, and so now they're wrapped up into this thing, and they're being, nationally sought after as the killers, and it's a series, and so far I really like it. Like, it's really fun to watch. We're only 2 episodes in, so this isn't a full season to recommend yet, but I really like it, and I really feel for these characters, and it's very good. Yeah, I was really surprised how much I liked it. And there's some characters that are just getting a chance to come out. Like there's a dude who works for the police who's a straight shooter police guy who's being shut out of everything, and he's starting to get suspicious that something's wrong with the department, and he'd be right to. So I can tell he's going to be a big deal in this thing. The women themselves are played by these great actors. I just had never heard of it before. I love when we find stuff like this. So
yeah,
again, it's Wanted. Season 1, at least, I think, is on Netflix. There might be more there. We didn't look. And it came out in
3 seasons.
3 total
Captain
seasons.
Pepper says.
Okay, cool. So that's a nice chunk to bite into and finish. So we are definitely going to watch the rest of that. It's very good thus
Sounds
far.
really good. Yeah.
All right.
Netflix, you say? Okay.
Netflix, correct. All right, Nicole, what do you got for us today? What do you?
So I have 2 because I thought for sure one of you would take my first one.
Oh, all right.
And you didn't. So I'm going to recommend 2.
Okay.
First one's a movie, second one's going to be a TV show.
All right.
So here's the first one.
Here's
I'll
the
send you the
movie.
clip.
All right.
I can't guarantee there's no cussing. I didn't get a chance to preview all of it.
All right. Well, let's find out the hard way. Here we go.
Jacob was in that bathroom the night of the party.
Oh, that's where you were all night.
What the hell were you doing in the bathroom all night?
Nothing.
Swatting Syrian refugees.
No, I was not.
Alt-right troll.
Liberal snowflake.
I don't know what any of that means.
Means your son's a little creep.
Oh, my son's a creep.
Guys, just Walt, he was in the bathroom.
Yeah, he was in the bathroom.
Joylessly masturbating to pictures of dead deer.
Oh my gosh. I love this movie so much. It's so good. It's Knives Out, right? It's Knives Out.
There you go, Knives Out.
Yeah.
It's streaming on Amazon Prime.
It's awesome. Yeah.
And I saw this in the theater. There's comedy. There's mystery. It's a little clue. Like I felt a little like there was some clue in it. Right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Clue and
You got,
very Clue. Yeah, very Clue-esque.
You got Daniel Craig, just an amazing cast. Of course, Chris Evans is in it. I loved it.
It's really great, right? And it's one of those things. Even I was worried because we watched it again too, since it was in theaters. We saw it in theaters, and then saw it again later on rental. I didn't know it was coming to Amazon, or I would have waited. But we watched it again, and I thought, well, I'm not going to enjoy this watch through as much because I know all the twists. But
yeah. I think it's probably more fun the second time.
It is
around.
way more fun the second time, and it's not that not that the first time was bad or by any stretch. I loved it, but now I could focus. I knew what was coming, so I could focus more on these performances, and that's where the thing shines. Like, what an incredible cast! They're all amazing. There's people in this thing. Like, I just want more Don Johnson in my life at this age. Like, he should do more stuff. And I don't know why he doesn't. He was great in Django, and he was great in this, and he's just great. So. Yeah, it's a hell of a thing. I love that movie. Maybe my favorite. It may have ended up at the end of it all. The most my favorite thing of 2019 movie wise. I think there was no other. What else was there in 2019? I mean, there were a lot of movies, but I think this one really stood out for me. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Don Johnson and Watchmen. He was good in that too.
Oh, he's very good in that. Yeah.
Seriously, if you have not watched Watchmen, watch it.
Watch Watchmen.
Yeah.
Watch Watchmen.
Someone who watches
the
Watchmen.
You should watch Watchmen.
Watch Watchmen. Anyway.
I after watching the series of Watchmen, I rewatched the movie Watchmen, and when I was on Movielicious with Patrick, he adored the Watchmen movie. Like he just gushed, and I was like, I just didn't get it. And I think it's because I didn't understand the world. I didn't understand because I think he had read the comics. So after watching the series, I totally get it now.
Yeah.
So Patrick, I was wrong.
That's interesting because a lot of people fault the series for undercutting the comic, and
really,
yeah, oh yeah, but I don't. I think it's great, and then Alan Moore thinks everything's an affront to what he does, so don't listen to him. But
permanent grumpy guts.
Yeah, like I love V for Vendetta. He hates that it was made into a movie. So what are you gonna do? But
what are you gonna do?
The comic is, if you ever get a chance, Nicole, it is worth reading. It's so good.
I should watch it. I should watch it.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
anyway.
That's not my second choice. But
all right.
I think I've already recommended Watchmen, so I'm just
I'm
re-recommending it.
Yeah, it's a re-recommendal. Yeah.
It's a re-recommendal.
Yeah.
Here is my second pick for you. It is lighthearted. It is fun. It may not be for everyone, but it's for me.
Okay.
There you go.
Hit and play now. Hold on. Where is it? There it is.
Tonight is my last performance. I saved up $100,000.
Wow.
I'm opening up my own club, and it is going to be major.
Help! Help! We've been robbed. We've been robbed.
All right. Calm down, Viola Davis.
The man I was in love with took off. And truth is, I am completely broke.
You're still a star, Robert.
There's a light there, baby, but
You get back on the road and you do what you do best. Who's little Miss Sunshine over here?
I'm his bodyguard.
I have no idea.
So
See,
this
the
is-
chat room has got this one.
Oh yeah, the chat room
Yeah.
got it instantly.
Yeah.
This is a Netflix original. That was RuPaul that you heard, called AJ and the Queen. I will say it is very tropey at times, but it's such a fun show. I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and RuPaul coming out with work, turn to
Yeah, right.
That's what I remember, right?
Supermodel, yeah, right.
Supermodel, and now he has that really the drag queen
Drag
show,
Race.
oh,
Mhm.
Drag Race.
Mhm.
So I saw this and I was like, oh, I'll throw it on. I was doing some quilting, and next thing I know, I was like 6 episodes into it. So I think there's 9 episodes. You heard Tia Carrera in that clip.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow, Wayne's World's own Tia Carrera.
I haven't seen
what
her in
happened to her?
decades.
Well, she's in this.
Feels like it's been decades. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Wow.
So she plays a character called Lady D, I think, Lady Dangerous or something. She has an eye patch, and she injects silicone into the drag queen's cheeks.
Okay.
But anyway, there's like the whole premise of this is RuPaul's boyfriend steals his money, and then he has to go back out on the road in a RV. Which, by the way, now I want an RV. And there's a stowaway, which is a little kid, and it's a trouble kid, and they're like, I don't know, pals on the road, and she wants to go to Texas, and he's like, no, and it's a sweet, fun, silly, at times very tropey, but it's a lot of fun.
How is RuPaul freaking 61
Right.
or something?
Is he?
Yeah,
Those black don't crack.
He was born in 1960. What would that make him? My brain's not working here. So it's 9
Ken in the
years.
chat room. Which cheeks?
Yeah.
face cheeks.
Good
face
point.
cheeks.
How does he he really looks great for 60.
He does.
Or 60 something anyway. Yeah, this looks like my jam. I'll watch this.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
It seems like a good time. And this is a Netflix original? Yeah, it is. Looks like
Netflix original. Yeah.
very nice. Wow.
And I think there's a lot of his from Drag Race. I think a lot of the drag queens are in the show. So because he's doing is he's trying to earn money, so he's going back out on the road to do a mini tour, and he goes from town to town to town, and they're being chased, and so there's like this. It's silly.
Oh, I forgot how. By the way, he's great on Grace and Frankie. I don't know if anyone noticed he was on there, but he was really had a really funny role on there. Yeah, it was he he's like a real estate agent or something? Hold on, let me look it up. It's right here. Actor. Where is it? Grace and Frankie. I can't find it. I swear he was in that. Oh, it says there's a picture of him right here in it, so I know he's in it. I can't find it in his credits though. RuPaul and Nicole Richie were in Grace and Frankie 2015. I don't remember the story behind that. Anyway,
Grace and Frankie, that's a show that I've been meaning to watch too.
Grace and Frankie's great.
Tina loved it. Yeah. I haven't seen it, but Tina loved it.
I think you'd like it. It's great.
I probably would. Yeah. When I'd come up and watch some with her when she was watching it, I'd crack up at it. But
there are definitely moments of crack up in that thing. Anyway, all right. So that's on Netflix, and if you want to know where all of these things are that we've talked about today, Nicole does a nice little tweet after the show, which we'll retweet. But make sure you follow her at Nicole Spag.
That's me.
Nicole, you doing anything fun this week besides quilting? Got anything cool going on?
Just gonna spend some time with the kids.
Yeah.
Maybe do a little camping.
Ooh, that sounds all right.
Ooh.
Glamping.
Yeah. That sounds okay. Would you guys do you have somewhere cool for that to go that's like close-ish and not too crowded
We
and
live
all
in
that?
Colorado. You don't have to go far.
That's true.
No,
that's
it's
like
true.
Utah.
Yeah.
We do the same thing over here. We were talking about camping too. That's funny that came up because we're trying to figure out some sort of smartly done little getaway that we can do with the kids and with Van, and we think it's camping. So we're all camping this year.
Everybody's looking at RVs. Everybody's looking at camping. It's like a whole thing right now.
Yeah, and if you have an RV to sell, you're gonna make bank right now. Bank. I know somebody who bought one for $3,000, ended up selling it for like $6,000. And it was beat to crap.
It's
it wasn't
an RV buyer's market right now.
And it was beat. It was the beat up old thing that you needed total redo.
It's the perfect social distancing. You don't have to check into a hotel front desk and be in contact with other people for the breakfast buffet. You're nicely enclosed and social distancing right there on four wheels.
Yeah,
I can yell at my kids outdoors.
Yeah.
Yes.
See?
Exactly.
That's exactly right.
Hopefully you don't yell at them like Martin Freeman.
Yeah, don't do that. He's nobody's friend. All right, Nicole, have a fantastic week. We'll see you next time. Whoop. That sounded a lot like that.
Oh,
All right.
It did sound like that. Yeah.
These are their stories.
Oh, why is that playing, Jury? What's that about?
Surprise, jury's on.
Hey, you guys, I'm going to Oklahoma. Boy, that caused a stir yesterday. All right, a couple of quick follow-ups from listeners before we get out of here. Jevin. He wrote in and said, "Hey, Scoot and Budge, on the topic of drugs, a few pieces of trivia. Number one, the OD scene in Pulp Fiction uses Narcan to save her, or Narcon.
Okay, so that was Narcan.
Yeah, I did not know that.
All right, I didn't either.
The movie doesn't say it is, do they? Or do they?
I thought it was an adrenaline shot, is what I thought it was.
I did too. It's like the thing they used in The Rock when the guy...
Right.
You had to stab him in the heart with the...
You have to get right through the sternum. You have to really plunge it down hard.
Yeah, I remember that. That sounds awful. Then he says, number two, meth doesn't actually mess up your teeth any more than normal smoking, if smoking is the way one takes it. The lifestyle of brushing teeth infrequently, staying up for days, and mostly eating sugary foods and lack of drinking water, that is what causes it. A dentist might be able to weigh in on this more. Yeah, I'd like to hear that, because you always hear how people's teeth rot out on meth.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the meth or is it the lifestyle of meth?
It's just lack of care.
Yeah, I'd be curious, because I thought my dentist once told me that he hates working on meth people because the drug just tears their teeth apart. But maybe he meant something else. I don't know. I'm learning so much today that why not one more thing? It's fine.
Yeah. Well, any dentists in the audience, please weigh in and add your 2 cents.
Do you feel like there's even a dentist in this world that listens to TMS? I don't know, man.
Yeah, sure. Well, didn't your hygienist listen?
No, she's my... Oh, there was one that said she wanted to. I don't know if she ended up doing it. But we do have somebody who works in a optometrist office who listens to us. So that's kind of the
it
same.
doesn't help. That doesn't help.
That doesn't really work, right?
Teeth.
That's for eyes, not for teeth.
That's for eyes.
Yeah.
It's only eyes. I did your eyes.
So if you are a dentist or a dental expert, weigh in on this. All right. Then we got a cat follow-up from Peter. He says, "Hey, Scott and Brian, on the topic of do cats remember their previous owners from TMS 1943? I know 2 cats born on our farm who lived there lived their first year there before moving to a new home, who recognized me 2 years later." Well, how do you know that? How do you know they don't just want to rub up against whoever it is?
He explains.
All right, I'll read on. "I met one of these cats on a bike ride in the woods near my home. At first, she was scared and hid in the bushes, but when I started calling her, she recognized my voice and came to me with her tail in the air. The cat seemed happy to see me again. After a few minutes of stroking and purring, I continued my bike tour. I remembered that the cat sat beside the road for a few seconds and then looked after me before... What? And looked after me...
Looked after me before she also moved on.
Looked after me. Okay.
Yeah, like watched him ride away on his bike.
Okay.
Looked after me.
All right. Looked after me sounds weird, but it's not, obviously.
He's Austrian. Give him a break.
Yeah, the Austrians. That's what they do. Anyway, says, "I don't think cats can remember the face of the previous owner. They just remember the sound of their voice. Love the show. Greetings from Austria. Peter." Well, maybe it's smell and maybe it's sound for cats. Maybe more for cats than dogs. I don't know. But I know dogs are, the smell will get you going. Mm-hmm. And those, man, their noses, it's crazy. They don't think of things like we do. Like, they use that nose as we use our eyes. So if you saw, Brian, like a horrible vampire running at you, you would want to get out of the way because your eyes see this horrible thing.
Sure.
But if you smell something stinky, it's just like, ugh, gross.
If I smell a horrible vampire.
Right. But the dogs, they like smell a thing. It's not because they think it's gross that they don't want to be around it. It's because they know it's going to harm them. Like if they smell hot sauce, they're like, can't have that. Got to move out. Can't do this. I know that's bad. Like the way they use their noses, it's like human eyes, the way their noses work. It sounds like a stoner thing to say, doesn't it? Sounds like I'm on the pot.
I can see my hand leaving trails.
It's funny.
Dogs' noses are like our eyes.
I just watched Well, thanks, Sidian. I'm no expert, okay?
But like Sidian's comment, this is very inaccurate.
Yeah, this is very inaccurate. But I just watched that episode on Futurama where what's his name from Omicron Persei I-8 eats the stoner guy, the protester stoner, and then starts to feel the effects of the stoner who was stoned himself. So now he's stoned, and at one point he holds his hands up and he goes, "My hands can touch anything but themselves." And then he holds them together and goes, "Oh wait," and then they took him out that thing. It was so good.
Awesome.
Why is it bad to think that? Of course, dogs' noses are incredibly sensitive. That's not a weird statement, right?
No, of course it's not.
So why does he think that was totally inaccurate or very inaccurate?
I don't know. Sidian drops bombs and then leaves.
Yeah, he neither takes he leaves bombs and then takes no bombs or whatever.
Takes nor leaves bombs. Lur ate a hippie, as the Captain Kipper just put a video of Lur eating a hippie.
Oh man, it's a great scene. It's an amazing scene. A great episode too.
That's funny.
All right, that's it for the show. Thanks everybody for being here. If you want to send emails or messages in like that, they can come a couple of different ways. You can email us directly at themorningstream@gmail.com. That's themorningstream@gmail.com, or you can use the website just by going to frogpants.com/TMS and use the form that's right there. Unfortunately, some people use that to send trolling messages, but what are you going to do? All right.
What can you do?
Just help us out at patreon.com/TMS. And that's it. That's our show.
Yeah.
I would like to hear music, though. I can't live without music. So.
I have a song to keep you alive.
Great.
Come with me. Listen to this if you want to live.
Great.